जय प्रभुपाद जय प्रभुपाद प्रभुपाद जय प्रभुपाद जय श्रील प्रभुपाद जय प्रभुपाद जय प्रभुपाद प्रभुपाद जय प्रभुपाद जय श्रील प्रभुपाद जय प्रभुपाद जय प्रभुपाद प्रभुपाद जय प्रभुपाद जय श्रील प्रभुपाद जय प्रभुपाद जय प्रभुपाद प्रभुपाद जय प्रभुपाद जय श्रील प्रभुपाद जय प्रभुपदा 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 जय प्रभुपदा जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 श्री गुरु चरणा पद्मा केवला भक्ति सद्मा श्री गुरु चरणा पद्मा केवल भक्ति सद्मा बंद मोहि सावधान माते बंद मोहि सावधान माते जारा प्रसाद बा हे भवतोरिया जा जारा प्रसाद बा हे भवतोरिया जा कृष्ण प्राप्ति होय जाओते कृष्ण प्राप्ति होय जाओते गुरुमुखा पद्मावक्या चित्ते कोरियाय क्या गुरुमुखा पद्मावक्या चित्ते कोरियाय क्या हरना कोरियो मान आशा हरना कोरियो मान आशा श्री गुरु चरण रति ऐसे उत्तम गति श्री गुरु चरण रति ऐसे उत्तम गति जय प्रसाद पूरे सर्वासा जय प्रसाद पूरे सर्वासा चक्षुदान दिलो जय जन्म जन्म प्रभु से चक्षुदान दिलो जय जन्म जन्म प्रभु से दिव्य ज्ञान हृदय प्रकाशित दिव्य ज्ञान हृदय प्रकाशित प्रेमा भक्ति जावते अविद्या विनाश जाते प्रेमा भक्ति जावते अविद्या विनाश जाते वेद गाय जार चरित वेद गाय जार चरित श्री गुरु करुणा सिंधु अधम जनारा बंधु श्री गुरु करुणा सिंधु अधम जनारा बंधु लोकना लोकेरा जीवाना लोकना लोकेरा जीवाना प्रभु करो दया दे मोरे पद छाया प्रभु करो दया दे मोरे पद छाया देवे जास दुसु त्रिभुवाना देवे जास दुसु त्रिभुवाना श्रील प्रभुपाद पतित पावना Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Prabhupada.
Go Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Daya Karo More Toma Bina Ke Doyalu Jagat Samsare Patita Pavana Hetu Tava Avatara Mosama Patita Prabhu Napai Beara Aha Prabhu Nityananda Premananda Sukhi Kripa Balo Karakaro Ami Borodoki Daya Karo Sitapati Advaita Gosai Tava Kripa Bale Pai Chaitanya Nitai Ahaswarup Sanatana Rupa Raghunatha Bhatta Juga Shri Jivaha Prabhu Lokanatha Daya Karo Prabhu Srinivasa Sri Ramachandra Sangamage Narottama Dasa Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Daya Karo More Toma Bina Ke Dayalu Jagata Samsare Aya Jaya Gauranitai, 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 Jaya Gauranitai. Jaya Jagannatha, Jagannatha, Baladeva, Jaya Subhadramai. Jagannatha, Jagannatha, Baladeva. Jaya Radha, Madanmohan, Radha, Madanmohan, Radhe. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, 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 Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jai Radha Madanmohan, Radha Madanmohan, Radhe. Jai Jagannatha, Jagannatha, Baladeva, Jaya Subhadramai. Jaya Gauranita, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Nityayor Haribol, 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 Nityayor Haribol.
हरे कृष्णा। श्री जगन्नाथ रथ यात्रा की जय। श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। हरे कृष्णा। So there is half an hour time for Pahandi to start. Half an hour 45 minutes. So now we will have short address by His Grace Radha Krishna Prabhu here. At the same time, there will be barricading done in the temple hall for Pahandi. So you can sit half this side of the temple hall. This side you can sit and attend the class. Other half there will be barricading done. Okay. So please take your seats. You can sit closer to the Vyasasan here. Yeah, Vyasasan will be here only. Yeah. So devotees, you can come near the Vyasasan, and other area please empty it because Pahandi barricading is starting. So Darshan will be stopped for certain time. Hare Krishna. आधा टेम्पल हॉल खाली कर दीजिए क्योंकि वहां पे पहाड़ी के लिए बैरिकेटिंग शुरू हो रहा है। आधा टेम्पल में हॉल में भक्त बैठ सकते हैं। यहाँ पे हिज ग्रेस वरद कृष्ण प्रभु जी रथ यात्रा के ऊपर एड्रेस देंगे। सभी भक्तों से निवेदन है आधा टेम्पल हॉल खाली कर दीजिए, पहाड़ी के लिए हमको बैरिकेटिंग करना है। हरे कृष्ण।
ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नमः ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने नामस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। जय जय श्री चैतन्य, जय नित्यानंद, जय द्वैत चंद्र, जय गौरभक्तवृंद। मुखं करोति वाचालं पंगुं लंघयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्री गुरुं दीनतारिणं परमानंद माधवं श्री चैतन्य ईश्वरम्। श्री श्री राधा मदनमोहन की, श्री श्री जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रमाई सुदर्शन की, श्री श्री गौरनिधाय की, जगत गुरु पतित पावन श्रील प्रभुपाद की, ताय गौर प्रेमानंदे। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय, ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय, ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी। So we are going to be celebrating the 47th Rath Yatra Mahotsava here in Hyderabad, Secunderabad city. Maybe this is the oldest Rath Yatra festival that's happening across the whole of South India. I'm not aware of any other temple where they're doing for 47 years. So Hyderabad has that unique distinction, the most oldest Rath Yatra festival. But actually the Rath Yatra festival in Puri Jagannath has been happening for many yugas. What is 47 years compared to many yugas? From one of the previous yugas, this Rath Yatra festival is happening. It will be interesting to see how many yugas our temple will survive and how many yugas we will do Jagannath's Rath Yatra Mahotsav. But this is the oldest festival in recorded human history. No other festival, and also the biggest, the grandest and the greatest festival in human history. Of course, if you see number of people gathering, then maybe you can say the Kumbh Mela, because Kumbh Mela happens over sometimes 1.5 months. Millions upon millions of people gather in Kumbh Mela, Prayagraj, like that. But otherwise, if you see, this is the biggest, one of the biggest festival gatherings happens in Puri Jagannath on one given day. And if you include the 9 days when they also visit until the Ulta Rath happens, it's also a great festival. Lord Chaitanya personally participated in the Rath Yatra festival. Srila Prabhupada said we don't participate so enthusiastically in the Ulta Rath, because Ulta Rath, Krishna is coming back from Vrindavan to Dwarka, and maybe he doesn't like it so much. He wants to spend all his time in Vrindavan, but he has to come back to Sri Mandir, Dwarka. So we don't do that so enthusiastically. Ulta Rath is not such a big event in ISKCON. Krishna coming back, we don't celebrate like how we celebrate the Rath when it goes from Sri Mandir to Gundicha. Gundicha Mandir, also one of the biggest temples. It's used only for 9 days in a year. Gundicha Maharani. Gundicha was the queen of Indradumna Maharaj. That was her name. So this huge temple complex was built just for 9 days. Jagannath comes there on the Rath Yatra day and goes back 9 days later. And that huge, massive temple and a huge kitchen complex is maintained there. Lord Jagannath is very eager to come out of the confines of the Sri Mandir, hit the streets. He loves it. He likes devotees. He likes to see devotees, meet devotees. And he really relishes this. And also because he's going back to his real hometown, his real home in Vrindavana. So Vrindavan mood is very special. Lord Jagannath loves it. So what's so special about Vrindavan mood? Vrindavan mood, devotees love and serve Krishna in a very spontaneous way. There's a lot of love in serving Lord Jagannath. Normally, when we serve the Lord, we do out of great respect, fear, out of surrender. That's the mood in which we normally serve the Lord. But in Vrindavan, that's not the mood. In Vrindavan, the mood is one of celebration. Every moment with Krishna is like a celebration. Srila Prabhupada said, in Vrindavan, every step is a dance, every word is a song, every day is a festival, every moment is a celebration. So that's the mood in Vrindavan. And who doesn't like it? Krishna loves it much more than anybody else. He loves being in Vrindavan. There, every moment is filled with joyous, ecstatic celebration. So that's the way, that's the mood. But in Dwarka, he's treated as king. He's known as Dwarkadish. Even when he goes to Hastinapura, he goes to Indraprastha, he's treated as king. He's treated as God. Sometimes he's treated as God. Mostly he's treated as the king. Because none of the Kauravas accepted Krishna as God, the way the Pandavas accepted. So, and in Dwarka, he is known as Dwarkadish. He has 16,000 palaces and he lives with so many wives and children and grandchildren. But the thing about Krishna is that he is ever young. Even though he is old enough to be a father, grandfather, he has grandchildren, but he is so young. He is Nava Yavanam. So Krishna is ever fresh, he never ages. Krishna, because he has a spiritual body, he never ages. So same way, so that is the reason why Krishna is worshipped, because he is God and God never fades, God never decays, God never diminishes, nothing. He's always like that. Actually, Anandambudhi Vardhanam. This is a very long garland. So, thank you. So, the Lord never diminishes or reduces or anything like that. The Lord is the Lord. He is ever fresh and ever youthful. In fact, when in the battlefield of Kurukshetra, he was 125 years old, but he looked like a 16-year-old teenage boy. That's the beauty of Krishna. So Prabhupada said that why you want to waste your time doing anything else, worshipping anybody else? Worship the Supreme. Worship the highest. Worship the best of all God. He's the God of gods. He's the Lord of the Devatas also. You better worship him. And in Kali Yuga, we know that to worship Krishna is not very complicated. We just chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama. So this festival of Rath Yatra is very unique. The whole Rath is made out of 4,000 logs of wood. Each Rath is made out of 4,000 individual pieces of wood. And this whole wood is brought together. And there's not a single nail or gum or fevicol or anything. They just have an interlocking mechanism. The entire Rath is built like that. It's hard to imagine. Imagine somebody being asked to build a huge Rath like that without a nail or without gum or without fevicol. People will not know how to do it. But this technology has been handed over from parampara, from the ancient times. And they don't even have a measuring tape. They measure with their hands like this. I don't know how they managed to do that. It's such a complicated Rath. Assemble the whole thing without nails, without gum, without fixing. everything in an interlocking system, the wheels, the canopy, everything so beautifully made, so precisely engineered. So that's how the Rath is built. Actually, more than the effort, there is the bhakti element there. Devotees do it, the servants of Jagannath do it with great devotion and dedication. And this science of how to measure, how to build, is passed on from one generation to another generation. That's how the Rath is built. They don't even have brakes. They put a log of wood in front of the wheel, all the wheels, and then the Rath stops. And they remove and they start pulling again. That's how the Rath is pulled on the street. And it said that the rope that is used to pull Jagannath's Rath is a representative of Vasuki. Vasuki, the great ancient Vedic serpent, the long serpent. So the rope which is used to pull is representation, or shall we say, Vasuki in a different form. So Vasuki comes in the form of a rope, and then that is how that is. So it said that if you have darshan of Jagannath on the Rath, it's very beneficial. Actually, whatever you pray for when Jagannath is on the Rath, it is said that the Lord will grant, because he is so happy that he is going to Vrindavan, and he is grateful to everybody who is pulling the Rath and taking him to Vrindavan. And so whomever asks anything, he says, all right, thank you for pulling me, thank you for taking me to Vrindavan. Whatever you wish, I will grant. Take it. So he is like the kalpa vriksha type. You know, he is in that Chintamani kalpa vriksha mood while he is on the Rath. Whatever you pray for, he grants. So Jagannath Bhakti is an integral part of Vedic culture, our whole tradition, culture. And thanks to Prabhupada, people thought Rath Yatra means it should be celebrated only in Puri. But Prabhupada more or less changed all of that. He took the Rath Yatra and he made it a global festival. Just as, yoga is now global phenomena, Jagannath Rath Yatra has become such a huge, massive, global event. There's no major city in the world where Rath Yatra is not held. More than 2,000 cities of the world, Jagannath Rath Yatra is being celebrated. So, for many people in the West, their introduction to Vedic culture is through Jagannath Rath Yatra. They come, they pull the Rath. They love these festivities. They sing kirtan, they take prasad. They watch a festival of India that's also staged normally when they have a Rath Yatra. So this is that is how you could say that the Vedic culture took roots in different parts of the world through festivals and through events and through kirtan and sankirtan, and definitely through worship of Lord Jagannath. So Jagannath worship is one of the personalities who's helping globalize the Vedic culture and the concept of bhakti. In the West, there's no such thing as bhakti at all. Very sad. Imagine a life without Jagannath. Imagine a life without bhakti and Krishna and chanting and festivals and prasadam. Such a dull, boring, monotonous life it would be. Thanks to Prabhupada, everything changed. That's why His Holiness Japataka Maharaj wrote that song, Jodi Prabhupada no hoite. So in that song, His Holiness Japataka Maharaj says, who would have given us the festival of Rath Yatra, Janmashtami? Who would have given us Srimad Bhagavatam, Chaitanya? Who would have introduced us to chanting? Who would have told us about Krishna? Who would have told us about the holy places of this world, like Puri, Mayapur, Vrindavan? Who would have introduced us to deity worship? Who would have introduced us to Krishna? So Rath Yatra plays a prominent role in globalizing this bhakti movement. So we also want that in every town and village in Telangana, in Andhra Pradesh, that there will be Rath Yatra. Of course, recently the Puri administration and the temple, they've insisted that in India, at least in India, that Rath Yatra should be conducted only between the start date and the Ulta Rath, wherever we do in India. And ISKCON has agreed that in India we will follow and we will do Rath Yatras only during this date. So we also wish that in every town and village, every locality, every neighborhood, there is a Rath Yatra festival. If possible, they have a pandal and they keep Jagannath there and then bring him back on the Ulti Rath. But nevertheless, we also wish. So all of you have a huge role to play. Not just that you come here to Hyderabad. Of course, this is the original parent temple for South India, so it has its own significance. But you should also take this festival and make it a part of the local culture wherever we are, whichever town, whichever locality, whichever place we are. Make it a part of the local culture, local tradition and local festival. We should try to make it. So imagine every town, every village, every locality, there is a Rath Yatra festival. Actually, this whole province will become very auspicious, because wherever the Lord Jagannath's Rath goes, or Jagannath devotees are present, that place becomes very fertile for growth of bhakti. And when there is more bhakti in this land, obviously everything auspicious will start happening. In fact, in Puri Jagannath, it is mentioned that Mother Lakshmi one time will call Yamaraj, and she will tell him, Yamaraj, I know what your duty is. You take care of the karmas of all the people in all the 14 planetary systems. You give them their karma, you punish them, you reward them accordingly. But you please don't do anything like that here in Puri Jagannath. The 8 kilometers, 8 miles around this temple, 8 miles, 1 yojana or 10 yojana, 80 miles I think, around the Puri temple. Mother Lakshmi tells Yamaraj. Yamaraj will say, so who's going to take care of them? Many of them, they have their karma. Who is going to administer? Who's going to take care? They will have to pay for their sinful activities and their karma. If I don't do it, who will do it? Mother Lakshmi. Mother Lakshmi says, she tells Yamaraj, you don't have to do it. Please don't come. Don't bother about anybody living in this province. Myself and Narayana, the Supreme Lord Jagannath, we will personally take care of all the residents of Puri. You don't have to come. If you want to come here, you come as a devotee. Don't come as Yamaraj. So Mother Lakshmi will tell this to Yamaraj. Yamaraj will get astounded. He'll say, this is a special blessing and mercy you're showing on. So wherever there is worship of Jagannath and Rath Yatras, and Jagannath is so easy to please, go on offering him bhoga. He is known as, we all know this, we have heard this, he is known as Bhojana Priya. Even before he eats and washes his hand, even before his hands dry up, he is ready for the next meal. In fact, Prabhupada once, mentioned that just do nice kirtan, keep offering nice naivedya, bhoga to Lord Jagannath, and he'll be very happy. Jagannath will be very, very pleased if nice bhoga is offered to him. So he is known as Bhojana Priya. So wherever there is worship of, it's a very auspicious thing. Where there's worship of Lord Jagannath, there's kirtan, there's naivedya, there's distribution, extensive distribution of Jagannath Prasad. And we all know this. Prasade sarva dukkhanam hani rasyopajayate. Anybody takes prasadam on a regular basis, they will change. Their life will change. There will be more good fortune, happiness in their life. So this is what we should, this is culture, this is meaning of life. Otherwise we're just wasting our life chasing something which has no value, which has no permanent value or sustainable value. And by chasing things like that, eventually we end up having so much karma also. So why should we do all that? Let's chase Jagannath. Let's go with Jagannath. Let Jagannath be the center of our life. Let bhakti be the mission of our life. Let chanting Hare Krishna be the occupation of our life. And distributing Jagannath Prasadam be the passion or whatever of our life. Distributing Jagannath Prasadam. So this is how, this is how Vedic culture was organized. We just given up all of that so easily and made our life so complicated and hellish. Hellish we have made. Imagine if we go back, to retrace our path and go back to Krishna, go back to the culture of Jagannath Bhakti, how much more auspiciousness, how much more happiness there will be in every individual's house, life. Today, it's practically impossible to see a family that is stable, happy and peaceful, except those who are practicing Bhakti. But everybody is actually a lost son of God. It's our business to connect them back to God. And Rath Yatra is a very important way of doing it. We can connect people back to Krishna. They may not come to the temple, hence Jagannath is going out. Jagannath is going out and showering his blessings upon all. So previously the city used to be built to accommodate Rath Yatras and Palaki Utsavs, etc. If you go to Srirangam, there are 7 layers of forts, the temple compounds, 7 layers of walls are there. So there is the inner Mada street, there's the outer Mada street, there's the next Mada street, like that. So those are the streets in which the Lord's Palaki would go. And the whole city was built around the temple. And that's how temples were, that's how cities came up, that's how temples were there. So the whole city, the center of the city is the temple. Like when the Raja of Jaipur went to Vrindavan and hijacked or kidnapped or took away Govindaji because they were being attacked, an attack from the Muslim kings was being planned. With great courage, he rode with his army to Vrindavan, took the deity and brought him back. And he kept the deity in the center of the city in his palace and said, now onwards, it's this Govindji who is the king of this province. I'm not the king, I'm the servant of Govindji. Govindji, so if you go today, it's in the center of the palace that Govindji is worshipped. So similarly, if you go to Puri, the center of the city is the Jagannath temple. And of course, there are many other temples. There is the Totakopinath Mandir, there is Alanath Mandir, there's Narshinga Mandir, there's of course the Gundicha Mandir, many other temples, but the main heart of the city is very much the Jagannath Mandir. So, Prabhupada wanted that kind of a culture to come back into India, where everybody comes, worships. And it said that one of the 64 items of bhakti is to observe festivals joyfully, very joyfully and enthusiastically. Follow the Rath, follow the Palaki, all these things. Stand up when the Lord is coming in his Palaki or the Rath. Follow, pull the Rath. These are all, if you do any of these things, you get some blessings. So, of course, the best thing we can do is follow the process shown by Lord Chaitanya, engage in Sankirtan. So, there is the Rath Yatra. No Rath Yatra is complete without Sankirtan. Somehow, Prabhupada made it like that. Wherever there is Rath Yatra, there is Sankirtan. So, that was the mood in which Lord Chaitanya participated. When Lord Chaitanya participated, they used to have huge roaring kirtans, reverberating. There would be multiple Sankirtan parties in front of each Rath, the Jagannath Rath, the Subhadra Rath, the Balabhadra Rath, and Lord Chaitanya would participate in each of these groups doing kirtan. And sometimes it is said that Lord would so much enjoy the kirtan Lord Chaitanya is doing. Lord Jagannath would enjoy that when Lord Chaitanya came behind the Rath to participate in another kirtan party, the Rath would stop. Jagannath would wait for Lord Chaitanya to come in the front. Only when Lord Chaitanya comes in the front, Rath would move again. The Lord wanted to see Jagannath wanted to see Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and his group of devotees singing and dancing. So, everywhere there is a Rath or a Palaki, Prabhupada made it, organized it in such a way that there is Kirtan. There's no Rath Yatra without Kirtan. There's no Palaki Utsav without Kirtan. Nothing happens in ISKCON without Kirtan. Of course. And Prashadam also. Nothing happens without Kirtan and Prashadam. So this is the culture of it. Prabhupada used to say, it doesn't cost you anything to do Kirtan. What does it cost you? It doesn't cost you anything. Just encourage. And it's so sweet. Singing, doing Kirtan is such an amazingly sweet pastime. So nice, so Madhura. Madhura means very sweet. So and that we should thank Prabhupada for that. Everything in ISKCON, any celebration means Kirtan. Actually, then the whole equation reversed. Wherever celebration is there, we have Kirtan. The equation reversed and said, whenever we have Kirtan, that's a celebration. It's not that every celebration is accompanied by Kirtan. You want to have a celebration? Do Kirtan. Kirtan means celebration. So that's how Prabhupada structured. So he was a genius, Srila Prabhupada. So he made sure that there will be Kirtan. All the time, everywhere, any event, all the events, there's always Kirtan. And that's a perfect match. Jagannath going on the Rath, devotees doing Kirtan. and distributing prasadam. So the Lord will be very happy, because it is said that Golokera Prema Dhana Harinama Sankirtan. The ultimate, the best, the most valuable wealth of Goloka is Sankirtan. And Prabhupada brought it down, Lord Chaitanya brought it down, Prabhupada expanded, or what shall we say, Prabhupada preached and propagated this on a global scale. Every corner of the world today, you can hear somebody singing or chanting Hare Krishna. Practically, there's no city in the world where there is the ISKCON devotees don't exist. Maybe they're doing a program secretly in their house or privately or in their whatever, but they're there everywhere. So Prabhupada structured the whole activities of a devotee around festivals, worship of the Lord, seva of the Lord, and kirtan and prasadam. Prabhupada said very simple. Actually, Prabhupada said, there's nothing big secret about management. Make sure the kirtan is happening well, the festivals are happening well, nice prasadam is being distributed. That's it. Management is making sure that these activities happen nicely. That is real management. Then everything else will come. Prabhupada said temples will come, more devotees will come, everything will come. Real management means make sure these activities are happening fine. So that is our culture. That is what we should restore, bring it back into our lives, into our cities. There's no life in this city if there is no kirtan. And thankfully, the youth of this country today are waking up. And they're taking this carefully and noticing this and coming forward. I mean, when I see these reports about bhajan clubbing and how they're happening, and some of these celebrities, ISKCON, kirtan people are coming to India and doing, there are thousands upon thousands of youth coming and joining and attending these kirtan festivals. So, there's still some hope for this country. But actually, if we revive our culture, then the whole world will follow. Whole world will follow. Because today there's nobody in an organized, proper, devotional, authentic way teaching about bhakti except ISKCON. Except ISKCON, nobody is doing that. Imagine what kind of responsibility all of us sitting here have. The conch is blowing. So that means what I am saying is true. 100% true, whatever I am saying. Imagine the kind of responsibilities all of you young people have. All of you have to become serious, mature, dedicated devotees. All of you should dedicate the rest of your life for preaching about Sankirtan and propagating the Sankirtan. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. I once again pray to their Lordship, our beloved Lordship, Shri Radha Madanmohan, Shri Jagannath Baladev Subhadramai Sudarshan, Shri Gaurnithai, that this festival happens very safely, very joyfully, very wonderfully. And this is the curtain raiser for the Golden Jubilee celebrations that are coming up in August. And I am once again requesting you all, from the time this festival is over till 14th of August, all of you become a brand ambassador for the Golden Jubilee celebrations. Do whatever you can to promote the Golden Jubilee celebration. 50th anniversary of the Pratishtha of the deities here. Every one of you has this responsibility. Do whatever you can to promote this festival, the Golden Jubilee event. Let's have millions of people coming. Our plan is at least 5 lakh plates of prasadam we want to distribute during that festival. And this festival will become successful only when the youth of this city come forward and take this as an offering to Srila Prabhupada. This will cleanse the hearts of millions of people. This will actually make Hyderabad Bhagyanagar. Bhagyanagar, it doesn't become Bhagyan just by changing name. It becomes Bhagyanagar when we are worshipping the Lord, dedicating the sincerely, and that's being done on a large scale. Very, very large scale. That's when the city becomes Bhagyanagar. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Shri Jagannath Baladev Subhadramai Sudarshan ki. Shri Jagannath Rath Yatra Mahotsav ki. Ananta Koti Gaura Bhakta Vrinda ki. Ananta Koti Jagannath Bhakta Vrinda ki. Jagat Guru Patit Pavan Srila Prabhupada ki. ISKCON Guru Bhakta Vrinda ki. Nitai Gaur Premanand.